Every June, the country recognizes Pride Month, commemorating the struggle and pursuit for equality for the LGBTQ plus community. It's more important today than ever.
Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you. Them see we're crazy, I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby, don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Maybe we can make it if we're heart to heart. We can build this together.
Over time, I see how excited people are to see me. I mean, at first it was, hey mom, I'm gay, and then it was, hey mom, I'm a drag queen. I'm wearing some of the earrings that she's bought me over the years as we speak. So the support is there, and I'm blessed to be able to have that support. There's some people in the audience, or that will be in the audience tonight, that come each and every month to see me. Throughout my high school career, I was interested in photography, I was interested in fashion, I was interested in the makeup, the hair, the beauty, everything about it. I did live out in Las Vegas for about a year and a half or so. That's where we got our stage presence start. I did my first show for a benefit. I got my taste of being on stage, wearing a wig and heels and all this face paint that you see here. And I knew that I could do this. This is everything. It is. I mean, it's like wearing a mask. When I'm getting ready, it takes a lot. It's exhausting, but the end result is the goal. You know, the positivity from the audience, everybody excited to see you. That's what it's all about, the excitement. You know, the happiness, the love, especially during the month of Pride. You know what I mean? We have to spread love and light with everything going on in the world. There's a lot of hate and there's a lot of differential, and the fact that a lot of people don't like to open their mind and they'd rather turn a blind eye or go by what they hear from you know, the newscasts and the publicity, it really puts a damper on the entertainment here. We're not cross-dressers, we're entertainers. You know, we come out here, we put a wig on, we look damn good to be able to entertain the audience. Pride's important to be able to spread love. Of course, like anything else. I mean, that rainbow flies free this month, especially throughout the community. But Pride in myself is not just a monthly or an annual through the month of June. It's every day. It's every day I wake up, whether it's my normal day job or this at night or this during the day or the month of June or benefits or no matter what it be. It's spreading love and freedom within who I am in myself. You know, a lot of people are not so much afraid to be who they are, but they're doubtful on how people outlook, you know. Their outlook at you, they care about what people think about them. But together, we can spread pride, we can keep this continuation going of a celebration of who we are. To be able to do this, for people to see, to open an eye, to enjoy the entertainment, we're here to celebrate. Because if I'm not proud of who I am, who else is gonna be?
I was 15, I had a paper to do for my senior year or junior year in high school in New Bedford, and I went to the library downtown where they used to have card catalogs. And I noticed I was in the H section. So I looked around, I didn't know anybody, and I pulled out the drawer and I went to homosexuality. I'm 15 now. And I pulled up the card, and the card said C, S-E-E, deviant behavior. So I put it down, closed the door, and got married a week before I graduated from college to my husband.
I was an advocate and I was a fighter for all kinds of issues prior to acknowledging my bisexuality. So when I realized that now I'm part of the LGBTQ movement, it was a transition. It wasn't a personal discriminatory thing. It was knowing that this kind of discrimination is not right. Made me say, okay, well, I guess now I'm going to be fighting for my own rights. Never thinking that we would have universal access to marriage or equal marriage rights before we would have a national health program that ensured that every person in this country had access to health care. And we still don't.
Well, that's because the gay rights thing didn't cost the state any money.
Right. So we need to say who we are, and we need people to know that.
In a difficult situation.
Right. So
I think June is an opportunity for people in every state to see that there are differences in the gay community from the straight community, but I think that many of the values are still the same. There's so much more that defines us as gay men and lesbians than who we have sex with. Right.
There are more similarities
than differences. And Gay Pride every year in all these cities and towns across the country have given people the opportunity to not just stand in the corner across the street and watch, but to cross that street and enjoy a day with people who are like you.
So Pride for me really is an opportunity for people to celebrate who they are and to enjoy one another, and all of the things Bev said about the importance of people coming out and being who they are and being able to celebrate with their friends, whomever they are. And that's, to me, what Pride is. It's a celebration of who you are.
People are still in the closet.
Midwest.
They're living very quiet lives and not really, because they don't want to lose a job, they don't want the neighbors to be upset, they don't want someone to throw a rock through their window. So having each year, as it's gone on for the last many years, Pride has given people opportunities to see that, you can come out.
I had tried to have a conversation with my mom when I was 9 because I knew something was different. And, this was 1956. She shut that conversation down and made it very clear that this wasn't something good people talked about. So I now know that at the age of 9, I went into the closet and was there for 6 decades. I just kept pushing it back, because I didn't know what it was, but because of my experience with my mother and because I came from a fairly conservative background, I felt whatever it was can't be right, so I've just got to keep it suppressed. There was nothing to define me. And then when Jenner came out, and when there's all this written about transgender, I started asking myself the question, could that explain me? Something had to be done, to the point where if I hadn't done something, I might have done something very terrible. I looked in the mirror one morning and just said out loud, admit it, you're a woman. One of the things that was very difficult for me coming out is that the many expressions of Christian faith are very anti-LGBTQ plus in general. So the church has wounded all kinds of people. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to be a pastor, and that was a real concern for me because I really would have felt lost.
You can't just have an agree-disagree opinion about the LGBTQ plus issues, because this is about who people are and who God loves.
The arguments against LGBTQ plus folks are literally, word for word, the same arguments that were used in the 50s when we were starting to repeal laws about interracial marriage. And when there's any group in society that has been devalued by the broader society, it's really important that that group come together and affirm what some people see as a negative and giving it back to them in a way that says, no, this is who we are, and we're damn proud of that. And if I really believe, as it says in Genesis, that God created every human being in God's image, that means every human being, no matter who, is deserving of respect and dignity, and I need to treat every human being that way. It would be wonderful if the whole world were like that, but it's not like that. So it's really important that we have a specific time and specific events. So Pride is a place where people can come together, affirm who they are, celebrate who they are, but there's no question. Jesus hung out with the people that society didn't care for. And if you ask me, would Jesus be at Pride? Jesus would have been out there leading the kids dancing at Pride.